Hey guys, welcome to the second episode in the Dortmund Let's Play of Football Manager 2013. I hope you enjoyed the Champions League final yesterday. As you can see, I'm pre-recording this as I like to get the videos out as well, not necessarily as quickly as possible, but certainly efficiently, like a German would. Try and get one out at least once a day, or at least try to, most of the time. And yeah, obviously we'll be talking about that probably in future episodes, but hopefully Dortmund won. Hopefully. Because I'm now taking their side. Also because I had a £10 bet on it probably. Anyway, now for some reason the thing has already generated the next season. I don't know why it's done this. The game's generated the 2039-40 season, so we're actually technically in that now. But it didn't warn me it was going to. It usually it'll tell you German season review. It's got its budgets down here. Incidentally, this is my budget. So if you are wondering, it's £22.7 million. Not a whole lot really, but obviously I'm buying and selling players all the time, so that wage budget's obviously coming down. Obviously that means I can push the transfer budget up a bit. So yeah, we'll go over the table now. This is how we did. As you can see, Bayern won, and clearly we managed to finish 6th, and right until the last minute we were we were pushing at least for the Champions League spot. It's, if you're wondering, it's the same as England as of now anyway. The top 3 get Champions League qualification, 4th gets the best playoff round, or whatever it is, the best teams playoff thing in Champions League, and then 5th gets into the group stage of the UEFA Cup. The UEFA Cup, good grief. The Europa League. Then the 6th place, you see here, will go through to the best knockout round, whatever it's called, best qualifying round in the Europa League, and then 7th gets the whatever the hell they get, I don't know. And Bayern also won the German Cup, if you're wondering. So the 7th will get a Europa League spot. So just a point on that. And yeah, other than that, it's the same. So apart from the fact that I think, is it 17th? I'll check the rules. Yeah, there's a better way of showing you. God, why didn't I just show you this? Third qualifying round, we go into the playoffs then. Obviously, there's that little playoff before the group stages. Best place playoff. There you go. Yeah, why didn't I just show you that? Points down for me there. Yeah, that's kind of how it works, if you're wondering. And I don't really think there's anything else to show you on that. We'll go over transfers and stuff now. We'll go over them in the next video then. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, I'll just show you the fixtures then for this all just gone season. So we started, I think, when did we start? The first game then was against, let me find you, where are you? Of course, it was after the winter break. It was against Stuttgart, wasn't it? It was against Stuttgart, as a man I've nicknamed Mr. Dortmund, Horst Krumpen. He is an absolute animal, this guy. He is unreal. Utterly incredible player. He's been at Dortmund virtually all his life. Okay, he's had, loan spells at Hertha Berlin and Gladbach, and even into the under-23s at that point. Even when he was like, how old's that? Yeah, when he was, under-23. But, since 2033, he has scored 33 goals down there, 31, 35, 28, 33, 36 last season. So that he is an animal. The definition of one-man team, nearly. Honestly, I mean that. He is like a one-man team sometimes. He is just utterly ridiculous. Where are we going? Sorry, Stuttgart, and of course he got us that 1-1 point. He got us that 1 point against Stuttgart. So, yeah. Moving on to the fixtures you didn't see now. We then had our first win against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Horst Krumpen with a hat-trick. You can see where this is going, can't you? The next game was against Nuremberg. We managed to beat them with Horst Krumpen grabbing another 2. So in the first 3 games, he's managed to score 6 goals. That is unbelievable. We then have a lad here, Danny Vilches, scoring the other goal, which gave us the victory. In fact, I'll show you the goals here. I don't really want to go over the squad until February, when I've actually built my team, if you know what I mean. I don't want to say, hey, look at these lads, look at these players. You don't need to remember them, because half of them aren't going to be here next season. So I am building the team up all the time. Just be aware that that some of the players you look at here now are not going to be here when we do February, because I'll have this transfer window, and I have January coming up as well. So just bear in mind that. So Vilches got his first goal for Dortmund, and I think we actually were 3-0 up, and they nearly brought it back, if I recall correctly. Obviously, there's a few players who are as well in this team who are going to be going in the summer, or going, or have gone now. They were already arranged before I even got here. Literally, it said like going on a free transfer or whatever. But look at that, Horst Krumpen, just unbelievable player. And it keeps resetting itself here. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Right, where were we? Nuremberg. Right, we then played Osasuna in the Europa League, so we have a chance here maybe winning something with Europa League first knockout round. 1-1 in Spain. Frank Schober scoring, so Krumpen for the first time not scoring in one of my games. And yeah, Schober, he's another good player. He's the number 10. Good little player, very nice options to have. We then played Mainz, so we're actually starting to pick up a little again. It was quite strange that really first game back after the winter break they sacked Campolo. I didn't know Ivan Campolo, who's a regen. They sacked him after that. I mean, okay, yes, didn't perform very well, but if look at that, they won the last group game. They won in the German Cup. They hadn't actually lost since October. There was no real reason to sack him, but apparently they did. So, I don't know. I suppose maybe they thought, right, look, you better start well. If you don't start well, you're sacked. Because they really needed to pick up, and well, they have. They have picked up. If you look at what we're doing. But Mainz here, yeah, Mateus, there's another lad who's really good. Vaitamor Sofko, he looks an absolute beast, this guy. 5-star potential. He's only 17. He's a centre-back and also play at right-back. He's already playing at 2-star level, current ability. He is a beast. I can't wait to see this guy when he's older. He is just unbelievable. Great talent is this guy. Mateus and Krumpen off the bench, as I say, to give us the victory against Mainz. We then had an amazing game against Osasuna as we ran our winners in the end. It was almost like Malaga sometimes, but okay, yes, they got the goal in the end. But Ognan Georgiev, player at centre-back, who was brought in, I think, only this January. Bulgarian centre-back, another Bulgarian. John Miola, some of the players. There's 2 players that brought in on loan, incidentally, I forgot to point out. I've got this guy, he's American. I've got him on loan from Galatasaray. I've only paid, I think, let's see, how much was it? £275,000. I've also brought him on loan again for this season coming. So, yeah, he looks good. He's a striker, can also play as a winger. The main reason I brought him in was because he's a winger. But he got a goal, and Frank Schober again scoring a penalty. I might as well show you him now. He's a striker. He's sort of the more experienced striker, and also plays in AMC. Very good player, as I say. So at this point, I'm just trying to get you acquainted with the team. I think this is the problem. This is what killed off the manager at the start. It was basically that run there. But as you can see, they got stuck a good run together. Didn't lose again until October, and then since then they haven't actually lost at all. Well, apart from Paris Saint-Germain, but the friendlies I don't think count. They shouldn't do. If they do, that's disappointing if they do. We then played Augsburg and got a point. Away points are not always too bad, but we really should be winning. As you see, they got relegated. Schober did score. I probably should have played Krumpen, but I have to rotate the team. It's only a small squad, and I do like to rotate, and I've got to this time. Otherwise, they're going to get knackered. They're going to be shattered by April, and I'd rather just be able to keep them all fresh. We then played Bayern Munich in the German Cup quarter-final, took them all the way. I was immensely proud of this. Unfortunately, say we lost on penalties. Krumpen scored, but it was not enough, and Bayern went on to win. So as I say, they won the German Cup. A bit slight spoiler, I forgot to point out we were still in it. But yeah, they went on actually to win the thing. So there's no shame in that. A 0-0 then defeat at Hamburg. Sorry, against Hamburg. I think I maybe even sim that one, because as you can see, the assistant manager, who is an American, again, I'll go over that in a minute. I'll go over lots of stuff after the fixture review. Didn't make any subs. Krumpen had a bit of an off game. Then played Inter Milan and actually managed to get 3 away goals in the second knockout round of the Europa League. Krumpen, again, one-man team, hat-trick. This guy I'm also quite excited about. Raisard Garecki, he looks a very, very good talent. And a few of these other players are going to be going, so I'll go over them in a moment. And then I don't know what it is about this scoreline, but my God, 5-5. That's another 5-5 you've seen, with Mateus grabbing 2. Here's another loanee signing I brought in from Brazil, on loan from Barcelona, called Andre. He's 31, thought I'd add a bit more experience to the wings, but unfortunately he's only on loan, so obviously he's not going to be able to stick around for too long. But yeah, this is unbelievable. And Jesper Holmgaard, which is a wonderfully Scandinavian name, grabbed two as well. So he managed to draw with Cologne 5-5. Mental. We then played Inter again and managed to win 3-1 again. Krumpen grabbing two, and Latini also scoring a rare goal for him as we ran out 6-2 winners. I don't know what happened to Inter here. They just kind of crumbled. We do like to have, or at least I do anyway, like to have these nice big victories occasionally in the sort of knockout rounds of the European games. And here's another one. I don't know where it's coming from. 2-2 against Schalke. So there's a lot of draws currently, and that's why I don't think we did. That's why we didn't qualify for the Champions League. Still too many draws. I don't know what it is about me at the moment, but I'm just having way too many draws. Muir and Schober scoring there. Krumpen had a good game, but didn't score. We then had a very remarkably easy tie, I thought, against Dnipro in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. See Liverpool. This is what you could have played if you'd beaten Zenit. Did they even qualify? I can't remember. I think it was Dnipro or someone else, and I think whoever the other team was beat Zenit. So actually, I take that back. But hey, look, Horst Krumpen scored another hat trick. He's unreal. Honestly, I don't need anyone else. We just need Krumpen. He's a tank, an absolute tank of a man. Judjev also scoring, so 4 goals there at the Signal Iduna Park, and wow, I don't know what to say about that guy really. Well, so it'd be nice if we could have scored here, but unfortunately, I had an off day. That's kind of what happens when you score a hat trick. You then can't score for shit in the next game, as we had a 0-0 draw with Freiburg. We then I was able to rotate the team then as we went to the Dnipro, with Mateus getting a little goal for us then, away goal, which killed them off. Basically, that was 5-1 on aggregate, and we're through to the Europa League semi-finals. I haven't really sweated all that much, to be honest. I mean, Osasuna was quite kind of tricky. We just blew Inter away, and Dnipro offered no resistance. So, a reasonably easy route to the semis. We then had a win against Frankfurt. Krumpen scoring again with Jesper Holmgaard also chipping in. I'll show you him real quick. He is Danish, as you can see. And not a lot of youth in this team at the moment. Okay, it's the odd one or two, but it's mostly sort of late 20s, early 30s kind of guys. But this guy's pretty good. He's not the greatest player in the world, but he's certainly an excellent addition for a squad player. Right, where are we? We then played a great game against Hannover 96 as Krumpen, Schober and Latini scoring off the bench there. As you can see, Kaczynski, I brought him off. He wasn't very good. He got booked. He's a good little player, that Kaczynski. I think he's quite young. Find out. We had a great game against Braga, managed to get 3 away goals as to win 3-2. George Schuster scoring for us with Ronaldo Chusufi, I think is how you pronounce that. So we'll say George Schuster. He's 19 years old, centre back, looks another good talent for the future. And then we have, if it wants to just hate the way, sorry, I can't help it the way it's doing this. Sorry, I'm just not going to click. This is why I'm not clicking on showing too many games, because it's resetting itself for some reason. It's not sticking to where I was. But yeah, very good finish there. Sorry, I've shown you a Hanover game. Sorry, Braga. And Yusufi there, who's another good little option to have. He scored there to give us the 3 away goals. We then played Bayern Munich and won. Yes, I think that kind of sums everything up, really. Managed to beat them, Mateus and Schober scoring. At this point, though, Bayern were champions. They'd already won and had won for quite some time. So they were already finished. They weren't trying anymore. They'd lost previously. I think if I just show you their form, actually, their last, let's find form. Don't think. Yeah, can we show the fixtures? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, there's not going to be any form, is there? But if you look here, they won the league, like here. I think that they won the league with that 6-0 win over Hertha Berlin. Look at that form. Okay, yes, they then went on to win the Champions League. Fair play. They went on to win the Champions League, but as you can see, they dipped in form badly, and we were able to just take hold of that before they went on to face Man United and actually got themselves together again. But even lost the last game in the first division. So I don't know. But yeah, they finally won it 5 times. Took them till 2039 to win it 5 times. I don't know about you. That's almost just as bad as the the Benfica curse? Yeah. Oh, is it Benfica? Yeah, but the Benfica curse. The fact that they're not going to win anything or whatever. But so that was cool. We then managed to make it to the Europa League final. Now I've got this thing. I don't know what it is about the Europa League, but anytime I take over a team in the Europa League, if they're still in it, I still think I can do something with that team. And we managed to do it here with Krumpen and Holmgaard scoring that put us. What was that? That's 5-2 on aggregate at home, and it was enough in the end, and we're through to the Europa League final. Did it with Brighton in their first season in the Europa League. Did it with Liverpool when I first came. They were in the Europa League. Won it with them. Nearly did it with Arsenal in the Champions League. Got to the final and then lost. But there's another chance to do it with the European competition. I don't know what it is. It's magical almost. I think this is the last game then against Hertha Berlin. Jesper Holmgaard and Mateus with the goals. Obviously, has rotated the team. A few players here playing their final games as they were due to leave on free transfers or already had transfers arranged. Now then, Europa League final. You will not believe who we played. Okay, we didn't. Oh yeah, I forgot about Wolfsburg. Sorry, that was the last game. Yeah, sorry. I'll do that one again. Yeah, you won't believe who we played. I'll show you in a sec. But I forgot about this. I thought Hertha Berlin was the last game, but it wasn't. It was the penultimate game. This was the last game. I remember. I thought it was this because we had to win basically to stay within a shot of getting the Champions League. Unfortunately, we didn't as we drew, but it didn't matter. And even if we won, we still would have finished sixth. As I think it was at Nuremberg, and who was ahead of us? Was Stuttgart or someone? Anyway, whoever it was ahead of us, they won, and it didn't matter in the end. So. They did their job. We unfortunately didn't do our show, but did score. But obviously, I was resting everyone. They then did play their last game. There's Van Kampenhout who's playing his final game. I think Andre and all that playing their last games before they go back. So that guy, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name. He played his last game. So yeah, there's that. So the Europa League final. Can I win it again? Yes, I can. Yes, we can. I don't know whether I can win. I can't win the Champions League. Well, I've won it twice, but I can. I struggled with the Champions League, but yeah, we managed to win the Europa League. And guess who we played it against? Only my former fucking employers, Arsenal. Look how we did it. Look at that. I'll point that one out in a second. We'll go over it. Didn't even have that great a game. The first half was terrible. It was a cagey game. There weren't too many highlights. Whilst the game's not doing anything there, look how many highlights there were. There really was not too many. I mean, after the second goal there was one minor highlight, and that was it. Shut them down brilliantly. I'm always finding that there aren't too many highlights with finals, unless, it really is one of these mad sort of free-flowing finals where people just throw caution to win, which is very rare. Do you find... a final that will have, like a 2-2 or a 3-3. It's very cagey. 2-1 here though, but that was the second half. I had to really make changes and it worked for the final. But yeah, going up against Arsenal, Johnny Heitinger is the manager. Bastos just an inch slower. Sunday didn't mean, I don't know what he did. I mean, he says didn't mean it. I mean, he just poked his foot at it. It was just going towards the goal. That's all he had to do. He just had to make sure he changed the flight of the ball so little or so much that it would enter the net, and it really was as simple as that. But we pressed and pressed. I thought we weren't going to get anything. We eventually got a penalty. Apparently it was harsh. Apparently we shouldn't have got it. But a German against an English club, it's a penalty. What do you think happened? Obviously, we was never going to miss. Horst Krumpen with his 33rd goal, I think, of the season. Absolute animal. This was straight from the kickoff. I was like, okay, let's go attacking. Let's really go for it now. Let's see if we can seriously win this. And Yusufi going all the way down the right hand side. Ronaldo Yusufi. Where the hell did that come from? I don't know, but it was enough, and we won the Europa League. So I managed to come into Dortmund, and I think for the third time in my managerial career, I've won the Europa League. Unbelievable when you think about it. It was always going to happen. And if we look at and I'll show you the Premier League as well if you're interested. Swansea City finished third. I talked about Stephen Gillespie. Look at that. Incredible. So that's just a minor point there. The thing as well I was going to say is Arsenal, who finished second, nearly had the chance that they were level on points going into the final day with Manchester United. They lost. United won. They've got the title back for the first time in like 15 years. Excuse me, sorry, I'm speaking too quickly. I failed to get them into the Champions League. I thought I was going to at least get a Champions League qualification, but it didn't. I got them into the Europa League, and I ended up playing them in the final. Wow. You couldn't have written that, could you? Brighton have fallen away. Liverpool again have changed their manager. It's no longer Aishvili, it's Romano van Veert. or Van Weert. I don't know. I'm going to say it's a V because that's how Dutch people say everything. They sacked Dijsselvili and then brought this guy in. I've never heard of him personally. So he's played for Heerenveen and played for Ajax. Has he done anything? He was Millwall manager. Let's see. Achievements or awards. He's not won a single award. Kind of sums it up, really. Transfers then. Well, let's just go over that. Might as well go over. Oh yeah, I'll go over some transfers very quickly. Got players coming in here, so I'll just go. I'm trying to bring in as many British players as I can. Sort of British. I want to try and build a British sort of team, but yeah, preferably British. I've got Alan Dalglish, which is obviously you can wonder why I picked him, but no, he has good potential. 3.5 stars. He's ginger as hell. Jordan Delaney from Lyon. Lucio Ferraris, which is brilliant. Mark Rocket from Cork City. Francois Schmidt. Billy Wilson. They're all going to be coming in very soon. So just look out for them names when I go over the full transfer list in February. But that is how the league stands then. So let's just have a look at the final squad. In fact, I can't even do that, can I? Because it's done it. But yeah, if you look at all the transfers, players are going to be leaving. Yes, this isn't a finished squad. I'll have to go over that one in February. But that is the state of the Dortmund team then. So thank you very much. If you are going to be tweeting this out, if you are going to be sharing it, remember, of course, to use the hashtag I want to be like Jurgen Klopp. Can we emulate him? Let's find out then in the future. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.